Nerds, welcome to Jer-Awards. Today, we're going to recap all 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 144 episodes through 7 seasons. Every single one of those episodes is available on Patreon, as well as here on YouTube. So is every single episode of Angel and every single other show that we've watched on the channel. This recap is different than anything else. I'm not going through like breaking down hypercritical, like this happened in this season, this happened in this season. This is going to be a rapid bang, bang, bang of events that took place in those 7 seasons. This is coming off of the reaction. So this isn't the channel to sit and break down in hypercritical. This is just coming off my own reactions to it and just some thought processes and some talking points. Somewhere along the way, I lost track of what I was doing with the seasons. Not making excuses. Real life been crazy. Work life even crazier. So the combination of those two things has been chaotic, and we've just been trucking through Buffy and Angel. But I do keep track of my favorites. So we are going to have our Jer-Awards for all of Buffy. That's our favorite episodes, favorite scenes, favorite characters. We're going to have the winner from each episode, even if we didn't have the recap for that after this specific season. We're going to rank the seasons, and then we'll do kind of a shorter in memoriam because the list is gone. Sitting in Darkness, lost the remote, neither here nor there. The glare is on the glasses. I got my list up so I can read and see what's going on. But welcome in. I hope you guys enjoyed watching 144 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer with us. We should already, by the time you see this, be talking about the next show and getting prepared for voting and seeing where we're going to go with it. It's all exciting stuff. Angel, I know, is not everybody's favorite cup of tea. I enjoy it, but understand it's not going to bring in the viewers. You're not chomping at the bit to watch an Angel reaction. I understand that, but I know my niche. I know that I'm a bearded man from the South who enjoys apparently these love triangles. They're very interesting. I've been typecast as a vampire enjoyer, and a lot of vampire shows. Maybe we stick in the same realm. Maybe we go somewhere else. Buffy was a phenomenal show. It's a cult classic. You're not going to really get anything else that's going to compare to it. I can see where Supernatural came in for those 15 years to fill the void of missing shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can see where it was needed. I can see how badly Legacies want it to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Hope as their protagonist compared to Buffy's the protagonist, even training with the Lark compared to training with Giles, etc. And there's a lot of similarities to be made. So just welcome in. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and we're going to go through this. So this is off the top of the head. I actually don't have notes for the seasonal stuff, but starting back with season 1, we get introduced to Buffy Summers. This show takes place right after the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie that I've never seen, that hopefully one day we will watch. Takes place after that, and we get teenage Buffy arriving to Sunnydale High School out in California, where she runs into Xander on a skateboard. Alexander Harris, run into Willow Rosenberg, and then, of course, Mr. Rupert Giles. We get introduced to characters like Cordelia Chase and Harmony, and even Oz at some point. We get a course over the seasons of Buffy falling in and out of love with several people, almost dates, almost permanent boyfriends. Somewhere along the way in season 1, very early, we get introduced to a man lurking in the shadows by the name of Angel. No last name, just Angel, and Buffy immediately is in love. Same as everybody else at the school, really. Honestly, watching the Vampire Diaries and like thinking about that show while watching this, like that looks like their inspiration for Stefan, honestly. Then again, it is just a vampire, but you could see the similarities they wanted to put with those two characters. I say that with Elena being kind of Buffy, Stefan being Angel, Damon being Spike. You could make some similarities, but you can also probably do the same thing with Twilight. It's just a girl with 2 vampire lovers. You know what I'm saying? Vampire, werewolf, however you want to break it down. But the first season is just showing you what the show is. Buffy's the Slayer. Every generation has a Slayer. It is a woman who has these incredible superpowers in order to go out and slay vampires and stop evil. And then once that Slayer dies, a new Slayer is chosen to be the Slayer. Shockingly enough, we get introduced to the Master, who is the master of the vampires. Buffy actually spoilers, I don't know why you're watching this. Buffy dies at the end of season 1. She is brought back fairly quickly, therefore activating a new Slayer by the name of Kendra, if I'm not mistaken. In season 2, it's kind of more of the same. This time around, we get introduced to some other older vampires that used to run with Angel back in the day with Spike and Drusilla. At one point, Angel gets reverted back to Angelus, kind of being our big bad for the season. I thought that's how season 3 ended, but maybe it was season 2. Season 2, I could be wrong in this, don't get me wrong, ends with Buffy sacrificing her lover to hell to save the world. This man she fell in love with has to sacrifice him, which takes us into season 3. We get introduced to Faith, who is also a Slayer. Faith is now the Slayer because Kendra dies at some point. And with Angel coming back and being locked up and Jealous turning back into Angel and trying to find that balance of his humanity, with Spike gone and Drusilla gone, we get Faith, who is just a Slayer. She's cool, too cool for school, man. And she has some bad influence, accidentally kills a man instead of a vampire, and that sends her down a downward spiral. She gets involved with Mayor Wilkins, who at some point, I believe, sold his soul to some sort of thing. And he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she falls into that crowd. And Faith and Mayor Wilkins basically become our enemies of season 3, which leads to the destruction of Sunnydale High School. Season 4 is... Who the fuck is the villain of season 4? Oh, season 4 is Adam. Super villains, man. She goes to college. Buffy goes to college. She's graduated high school. And she meets a man by the name of Riley, who's a part of a Secret Service group. Secret Service, they hunt down supernatural beings. They actually end up finding Spike and putting a chip in his head to where he can't actually hurt humans anymore. Riley and Buffy hit it off. They kind of fall in love. Secret Service group was secretly taking all the bits and pieces from the supernatural and building Adam, which is like the perfect soldier. Adam is our main villain. That does Adam the one that gets blown up by the bazooka? I thought that was a season 2 thing. No, that was like that blue guy. I don't remember his name, but he got blown up by a bazooka. They have to summon Super Buffy by chanting to defeat Adam. I told you this recap is ass. It's just all over the place. Goes into season 5. We get introduced to we start season 5 off. And Buffy, who's an only child, now has a sister. Not because Joyce got pregnant, but because monks created a sister out of a key. Gloria is there to find the key. Buffy kind of, her and Riley are off and on, but they're on, but like, you can see they're fading apart. Riley ends up leaving. She kind of starts hitting it off with a guy named Ben, but Ben is Glory. Glory is Ben. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. And they're trying to kill Dawn to open this portal so Glory can go home, which would end everything as we know it. In season 5, shockingly ends with Buffy sacrificing herself and dying yet again in order to save everything, to save her make-believe sister. That is now her real sister. Season 6 starts with them resurrecting Buffy, leading into our main villains being the trio of 3 idiots, Jonathan, Andrew, and Warren. Season 6 is pretty heavy. It has a lot of ups. It has a lot of downs. Season 6... actually, was season 5? Season 5 was the body, yeah? Season 5, we see the death of Buffy's mother. I want to say it was season 6, episode 14. I'm pretty sure Joyce... No, because they already tried to bring her back once before. Hold on. Yeah, season 5, episode 16. Sorry, season 6, episode 14 is another death that takes place in the Vampire Diaries. That's on me. Tragic. Maybe that's not even the right timestamp for that either, but still. So Joyce dies in season 5, heartbroken. Buffy dies, gets brought back. And it's revealed that Buffy was in heaven when she died, and her friends ripped her from absolute peace. Dawn is a regular part of the group now. They thwart these 3 idiots over and over again to the point that Warren has to get a gun, and he shoots and kills Tara, who at this point is Willow's lover. I know I'm not talking about the sidekicks too much. I'm mainly talking about Buffy. And a lot of death by the end of that, which goes into season 7, where our main villain is the first, who's kind of the epitome of all the villains we've seen before. And we run into Caleb, and Buffy saves the day with the help of Angel and Spike making the ultimate sacrifice. And I skim over all the meat, one, to save on time, but two, it's such a well written show. And we're not going to talk about how shitty Joss Whedon is as a person. This is such a well written show of the character development from Xander, who really kind of hits his peak in that weird episode that everybody likes that I didn't like. He hits his peak there, but he keeps reverting back. He also makes a bunch of boneheaded mistakes. He leaves his girlfriend at the altar. She dies. He doesn't really give a shit. Granted, that could be explored on in the comics, but what you see in the episode, he's just like, that's my girl doing stupid things. Willow, who has great character development, even though people will probably disagree with that, she gets sinister. She breaks bad. She breaks good. We see Oz, that boneheaded thing with Oz, and he bounces, and then he's gone from the show, and then we get Tara involved. We got the first lesbian kiss on TV, first lesbian sex scene with Willow and Kennedy later after Tara's dead, which sounds shitty to say. Buffy has phenomenal character development. Angel goes and gets his own show. Spike probably has the best character development of the entire show. Giles is the backbone for the most part. And there's so much here that if I was to sit and talk about every single aspect of the show, this would be a 2-3 hour video. And I don't think I'd keep your attention for 2 or 3 hours talking about this. But me and my girlfriend sit and we talk about Buffy and it after every season, and it's such in depth. I wish those moments were captured because it's very in depth about the things that are logical, the things that are logical, the things that should have happened, the things that could have happened, the things that we love, the things that we hated. And there's a lot of good, man. There's a lot of good throughout this entire show, and there's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of heartbreak. I don't like the way the death of certain characters were handled. I love the way the death of other characters were handled. I don't like how quickly Willow kind of moved on. I don't like a lot of the spotlight that was given to Xander. I know when it comes to Seth Green, he wanted to go do other projects and then come back because he was promised such big things for the character of Oz, and it just kept getting pushed off and never happening. So he wanted to leave and come back, and instead they write him off the show. They make him cheat on Willow, and that's not something he would do. You get characters like Parker and Andrew and Warren and Jonathan, and just there is bad, but the greatness outweighs the bad. This is a show like The Vampire Diaries I feel like I would watch over and over again. There's episodes I may skip, like The Body. I think you have to be in the right mindset to watch The Body. It's so hard to sit and view because it's so real and it's so well written, and that's just the way death is it's real and it's unwritten. And it's sad and you can't do anything about it. And it's abrupt and it's never at the right time. Even if you watch somebody on deathbed struggle every day and take their final breath, it's still not enough time. There's still the woulda, coulda, shouldas, what ifs, there's never enough. And I say that before I segue to the rest of this. It's just, I don't know, man. Tell the people around you love them. Check on them. Make sure they're doing okay. If you haven't talked for a while, life gets busy. That's just part of it. You work, they work. You have kids, maybe. They have kids, maybe. There's responsibilities. You have to cook, clean, go grocery shop, and plan stuff. Try to find the free time for yourself. Take care of your pets, animals. Take care of yourself. Shower, brush your teeth. Sometimes it's even hard to get up and do things like that. So it's important to check on the people you really, really care about and tell them you love them. And even if you're out in the streets and you walk past somebody and you see they have a cool shirt or a cool hat or they like the same team as you, it takes 2 seconds to say, hey, man, nice hat. Hey, man, I like your shoes. Especially to younger people, to people in their teens and their 20s and their 30s and their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Doesn't matter the age. There's some people benefit more from it. But remind the elderly that they're beautiful. Just because your skin's a little wrinkly, you're still a human on the inside, and you're still that same person you were when you were a kid. Say something nice. There's too much negative shit in the world. Be nice, be kind, love one another. I know we're kind of getting off on a tangent, but I feel like that's always kind of my message, is just to be nice. Dude at the local grocery shop stopped and talked to me about, the Cincinnati Reds baseball team, and another guy stopped and talked to me about North Carolina football. And while I don't care about North Carolina football, that person needed that conversation, and it took nothing for me to stand there and listen for 3 minutes. I'm 15 minutes into recording this. I could have listened to him 5 times over at this point. That 3 minutes means nothing. You can spare 3 minutes for somebody. I don't know. A guy talking about the Reds. I'm a Reds fan. He saw my red shirt. We talked for a little bit. He knew way more than I knew, but he needed that camaraderie. Sometimes people need companionship. The pandemic fucked a lot of people up. I'm somebody that can thrive in isolation. Not everybody can do it. I don't know. I know that's not a Buffy recap. That's more of just Jeremy sitting and talking, but I think it's important to put out there. We don't have a lot of time on this big ass rock. You make the most of it, man. Just don't be a dick. Anyways, I probably lost my talking points on this. Buffy's a phenomenal show. Again, if you were looking for an in-depth recap, this ain't it. Yeah. So that's my recap. I'm gonna leave it there. There's so much more talking about Angel and talking about Spike's development and going into depth, and we'll save that. That stuff was touched on in the actual episodes. If you want to know my opinion about the action Spike took towards Buffy during that specific scene, you can watch that episode. It's like a 20-minute rant, I feel like. If you want to see how I feel about Dark Willow or feel about Xander or feel about those characters, it's in the episodes. That's not a cop-out for me to delegate and to move you around and push you to go watch this over there. That's just me saying that we're going to save as much time as possible here, even though I'm still rambling. With that out of the way, we can hop into the Jer-Awards for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Every nominee is the seasonal winner. We're going to start with favorite episode. Your season 1, episode 7 winner was Angel. Season 2, episode 15. Season 3, episode 17, Enemies. Season 4, episode 16, Who Are You? Season 5, episode 16, The Body. Season 6, episode 7, Once More with Feeling. Season 7, episode 22, Chosen. Each one of those were your seasonal winners. My favorite episode of Buffy comes down to 3 individual episodes. The 3 episodes come from season 3, 5, and 6. I've already said them. Season 3, episode 17 was Enemies, which, if I'm remembering correctly, ends with Buffy and Angel's conversation in the snow. Whoa. Not the episode, but I remember why I picked this one. So, maybe that was season 2, episode 15 with the snow and stuff, but I still think that's wrong. Season 3, episode 17 was Faith trying to seduce Angel. I had to look it up real quick. That episode is fucking insane because Angel pulls the double turn, basically. Like, he pulls the big reveal, like, he was never in jealous. He was Angel all along, and he kissed Faith, and blah, 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 and he kisses Buffy, and the episode's fucking crazy. Like, Faith really tried to pull him over, try to seduce him, to turn him into Angelus, and it was all for nothing. That episode was mind-blowing for me. I loved every single thing about it. Season 5, episode 16, The Body, is traumatizing to watch. Oddly enough, season 6, episode 7, Once More with Feeling, is probably the best musical we've ever watched, and it has the big reveal that Buffy was pulled from heaven, and so many of those songs are absolute bangers. Spike's song is incredible. Anya and Xander's song is great. Buffy dancing and juking was great, man. Everything that's put into this episode, it was just fun. It was a fun episode. I honestly think, like, The Body and Once More with Feelings are such cop-out answers, even though I do feel very strongly about them. Going back and thinking about season 3, episode 17 of Enemies with the fake out might actually be my overall favorite episode. But since I'm not 100% remembering, I may have to give it to Once More with Feeling. That's a pretty damn good episode. I could watch that episode all day long. But it's a special episode. It's musical. The Body's a special episode. It's death. I'm going with season 3, episode 17 of Enemies. But regardless, those 3 episodes, maybe along with Chosen or Who Are You, could be the Mount Rushmore of episodes for the show. But I'm not 100%. For favorite scene, starting from season 1, episode 2, Buffy faking out Luke with the sunrise bit. Favorite scene, season 1, episode 2, Buffy faking out Luke with the sunrise bit. Season 3, episode 17, the reveal that Angel never lost his soul and was actually playing Faith. Season 3, episode 20, Buffy getting the Class Protector Award. Season 4, episode 21, Super Buffy. Season 6, episode 7, the final musical number. And Season 7, episode 22, Spike's Sacrifice. Honestly, Buffy getting the Class Protector Award and everybody in Sunnydale acknowledging her, that she is the Slayer protecting them from very weird shit going on, is beautiful. That being said, Angel faking out that he never lost his soul to trick Faith in that situation, absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Loved everything about it. Most heartbreaking scene, like you don't already know the answer. We'll just say it last because these other ones don't really compete. Season 1, episode 12. Buffy hearing she was going to die and telling Giles that she didn't want to. Season 2, episode 14, you'd rather be with someone you hate than be with me. Season 3, episode 8, Oz and Cordy seeing Willow kissing Xander. Season 3, episode 12, Giles admitting to injecting Buffy. Season 4, episode 16, Faith kicking her own ass. Season 6, episode 16, Anya being left at the altar. Season 6, episode 19, Tara's death. Season 7, episode 22, Buffy telling Spike, I love you. The most heartbreaking scene was the one we obviously skipped over. That's Joyce's death, man. Like I said, it's the most real depiction of death that's ever been on television for me that I've watched. And it's fucking heartbreaking. So, don't even want to think about it. Now, I gotta move. Funniest scene we actually stopped keeping track of because how ridiculous it was. This show was really, really funny those first 4 or 5 seasons. Season 6 and 7 was funny, but not as funny. Season 1, episode 10. Willow dreaming she's an opera singer. She said, my turn? And the big chunky opera guy said, mm-hmm. Great. Season 2, episode 1, Snyder says, sometimes I can just smell. It's like a sixth sense. And Giles says, that'd be one of the 5. Season 3, episode 8, Spike fake biting Joyce behind her back. Peak. But the funniest moment from Buffy is season 4, episode 9. Giles is blinded. He's blind. And Xander's waving his fingers in front of his face. And Giles says, Stop whatever it is you're doing. You smell like fruit roll. I don't think he said you smell like fruit roll. Stop whatever it is you're doing. I can smell fruit roll up. Something of that nature is fucking hysterical. Anyways, great moment. Favorite kill from the show. Buffy killing the Master in season 1, episode 12. Buffy killing the Judge with the bazooka in season 2, episode 14 is our runner-up. Drew killing Kendra in season 2, episode 21. Buffy and Faith killing 2 vamps together in season 3, episode 7. Super Buffy removing Adam's heart in season 4, episode 21. Giles killing Glory and Ben in the season 5 finale. Willow filleting Warren in season 6, episode 20. Or Buffy cutting Caleb in half hot dog style in season 7, episode 22, the series finale. My favorite kill was Giles killing Ben, thus killing Glory, because Buffy was letting them go, and Giles comes over and says, no. It's powerful shit. That's what you do as a father. I'm just saying. Favorite kiss, Buffy and Angel from season 1, episode 7. Buffy and vamp-faced Angel in season 2, episode 9. Season 3, episode 21, Oz and Willow. Season 4, episode 9, Buffy and Spike. I think that was the comical one. Season 5, episode 16, Tara and Willow's first on-screen kiss. Season 6, episode 19, Tara and Willow's last kiss. And whenever it took place, just Willow and Kennedy's kiss. I was going to put Buffy and Angel again, but it felt weird after all the Spike stuff, so I opted not to. My favorite kiss of the entire show is, it was close. Buffy kissing Angel with his vampire face is marvelous, but Tara and Willow's first on-screen kiss is special. First lesbian on-screen kiss just makes sense it took place here. Favorite quote? Listen, there's a few I'm going to quote right here. We'll have the winner at the end. The Master Vampire in season 1, episode 10 says, if I can face my fear, it cannot master me. And god damn, is that a bar. Ken to Buffy, season 3, episode 1. What is hell if not the total absence of hope? Oof. But the best one was Buffy saying this to Giles in season 2, episode 8, talking to him and saying, I'm so used to you being a grown up. Then I found out you're a person. That's not a bar. It's nothing absolutely like mind blowing biblical. But I wonder if that helped people watching this as a teenager to realize their parents are people. Like, at the end of the day, anybody that's a parent is just a person. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Like, you put grown-ups on a pedestal your whole life, and then one day you realize you're now a grown-up and you're not that special. And neither are neither are they. And that's okay. Like, they're just people trying to do their best. It's just, I don't know, man. It has a deeper meaning for me, I feel. Favorite friendship. I couldn't really pick a season 7 winner for favorite friendship. I thought about Andrew and Spike, but that's just stupid. I thought about some of the Slayerettes, but again, that also didn't make a lot of sense. There wasn't a whole lot there. Like, Xander and Buffy had moments. Willow and Buffy had moments. Giles and Buffy went through it. They had moments. Um, like, there's good, but there's nothing really definitive there. The closest anybody got was Willow and Kennedy, and they fucked. So, you know. Favorite friendship, I'm going to give you the seasonal winners. We'll say the winner last. Buffy and Giles was our season 3 winner. Xander and Willow was our season 6 winner, only because of the last scene. But your winner for favorite friendship of the entire show was our season 1, 2, and 4 winner, which was Buffy and Willow. At one point, I saw them being together, but I like what they did. I thought it was wonderful. Favorite ship. Now, I need to be clear on favorite ship. I'm giving out 2 awards for this. I'm giving out favorite ship because that was the best seasonal ship for the entire show. And I'm going to give you my favorite ship. Buffy and Angel was my favorite ship in season 1. Willow and Oz for season 2 and season 3. Willow and Tara for seasons 4 and season 6. Buffy and Spike for season 5 and even season 7, with Willow and Kennedy and Woods and Faith being honorable mentions. And then the big honorable mention, actually, I'll save that. My favorite seasonal ship was Willow and Oz's relationship, season 2 and season 3. I thought it was perfect until the whole Oz thing, which doesn't really make sense writing-wise, but it's fine. My favorite ship for the entire show is probably Willow and Tara. They were very, very wholesome, but Buffy and Spike is right there. That is excluding the scene, the assault scene, because I write that off to poor writing. Please do not for one single solitary second think that is me making an excuse for a character's actions. It's not. I'm not making an excuse. I do think there's levels to writing it as Spike was such a bad person. Like, even though without a soul. My girlfriend says the best with Spike and compared to Spike and Angel, that when Angel doesn't have a soul, he doesn't want Buffy. And Jealous doesn't want Buffy. Angel does. When Spike doesn't have a soul, he's in love with Buffy. When he has a soul, he's in love with Buffy. So, like, that's why she likes Spike more, and that's 100% understandable. I think Buffy and Angel will always have that love. Like, nobody will ever understand them better than themselves, like, towards each other. Like, nobody knows Buffy better than Angel. Nobody knows Angel better than Buffy. And they could have been together forever, but Angel fucked that up in the first season of Angel. Neither here nor there, season 1, episode 8. Regardless. I think they're just meant to be friends. And now the show's over and Spike is gone. Like, she could easily go back to Angel and they could be together. But with Spike in the picture, I feel like her and Spike would do something to make it work. And again, I'm not making an excuse for a character's actions, but I think if you love somebody without a soul, and without a soul, you are a monster, and that did almost kind of happen, and he did try to do that. And that hurt him so bad that he went and got a soul. Like, I think that speaks character. Like, it speaks volumes to the character. I still don't think it fully excuses it, but I'm not making excuses. I'm excluding that and saying that other than that, because I think it's poor writing. The lady that wrote the scene said it was her experience that she did to her college boyfriend, but it is crazy that we do live in a world that when you reverse those roles, like, it's even worse when really they're just equally bad. but it is worse having the guy do the prowling. So yeah, it's fucked up. But I do really like those. But I think Willow and Tara is my favorite ship. A lot of you guys get mad because I use the word ship for relationship. If you want my favorite ship that wasn't an on-screen relationship, if you watch the show at all, you already know where it's going. It's Buffy and Faith. Are you kidding me? It was right there at the door. If it was going to be any woman, it would be Faith. And if Faith was going to have any woman, it was going to be Buffy. They are cut from the same cloth. Opposites do attract. They are so similar, but so different at the same time. Faith, Fuffy, oh yeah. Least favorite character of the entire show. Season 1 was Cordelia. Season 2 was Creepy Swimmer Boy. Season 3 was Balthazar, the big blob guy. Season 4 was Parker. Season 5 was Tara's family. Season 6 was Warren. Season 7 was Andrew. My least favorite character for the entire show was Parker. I'm not saying Parker was a horrible dude. He did what feels like a lot of women tell me that guys do, and that is swoon them and make them think it's going to be a relationship and treat it as a one-night stand and act like they did nothing wrong. If you just wanted to hook up, you just should have hooked up. But you were a shitty dude. He's probably my least favorite character. Andrew was bordering that in season 7, but he had a couple really funny moments that like reeled it in for me. Most underrated character. I'll save my winner for last. Season 2's most underrated was Willow. Season 4 was Spike. Season 6 was Clem. Season 7 was hard to pick. I almost gave it to Dawn, but I gave it to Faith. Dawn got shut down numerous times for her to lose out on that reward. But award? The most underrated character for the entire show for me from season 1, season 3, and season 5 was Mr. Rupert Giles. I feel like he's the backpack of the show. A couple boneheaded decisions here and there, but at the end of the day, that's Big Papa Pump. Which leads in to the last award outside of favorite season and favorite finale. That is favorite character. Your nominees, your season 1 and season 2 winner was Buffy. Season 3 winner was Faith. Season 4 was Giles. Season 5 and season 7 was Spike. Season 6 was Willow. And season 7 was hard to pick. I already said Spike was also the season 7 winner, but I also gave season 7 to Caleb because I thought Caleb was a phenomenal character. Probably my favorite like villain in the short amount of time we had him. Overall favorite villain would probably maybe the Master. Is that crazy? Do I count Angelus or Faith? I mean, Mayor Wilkins was a hoot, but I don't know. Maybe Caleb's my favorite villain. He kind of swooned me at the end. Favorite character of the entire show, I thought the whole time watching it was going to be Giles, and then by the end of it, it was very clear to me who my favorite character was. It came down to a few people. Like, I thought if Faith would have stayed around, landslide, right? Giles is like number 2, I think. I think Spike and Willow are neck and neck for number 3. That's definitely Mount Rushmore with the last person. Oddly enough, I think it's the first time in any of the shows that we've watched that the main character is my favorite character because Buffy Mother Lovin' Summers. My favorite character in Buffy. I mean, I think if I had to, like, if you looked at me and said pick a favorite character off the top of my head, I'd probably say Giles. But sitting here doing this award ceremony, it goes to Buffy, man. Like, her character growth, the moments where she's stagnant, the moment where she's angsty, the moment where she's the hero, the moment where she doubts, the moment where she believes, like, all of those emotions are there. And to have that in a character in the 90s, especially a woman, is so fucking powerful. And shout out Sarah Michelle Gellar, because I don't think anybody else could ever play the exact role of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Obviously, at some point, I'll watch the movie. But I mean, shout out her for doing that, for being in Scream 2, for I Know What You Did Last Summer, for being in Scooby-Doo, to being in everything that she's been in. And she's just empowering, man. I think Jay and Silent Bob, right? I think she's mentioned in it. Eliza Dushku is in Jay and Silent Bob. It's just, man, she's just kick-ass. And they do it in a way to where Buffy is, and I mean rarely, you could probably nitpick and find a few things throughout the seasons where she's like sexualized. Buffy's not really sexualized in the show. She's just a girl fighting. to save the world. And that's just badass. And she's a normal girl. Like there's all this there's all these like stereotypes. Or I don't know if stereotype is the right word. I don't know the word I'm exactly looking for. Um like she's a real life woman. She gets in relationships. She had one night stands. She fell in love. She made mistakes. She fell in love with the wrong people. She fell in love with the bad guy. Broke up with the bad guy. Sacrificed her lover. She just lived her life, and it was normal. I don't know if people judged her when this show came out like that. You just typically see where it's oh, the male protagonist gets the girl. That's cool, man. Male protagonist slept with 30 girls, man. That's cool, man. He's Mike Lowry. He got it like that. I feel like you put a woman in that position and you have them sleep with a few guys, people lose their minds. And that's fucking stupid. We're all humans. I don't know how to tell this to people, but girls like sex just as much as guys do. That's a fact of life. Unless you're asexual, of course, but like women love sex just as much, if not more, than men do. And like, what? That's crazy. Guys, you're probably not treating your girl right. That's all I'm saying. Or maybe you're not sexually compatible. That's a big thing too. But all I'm saying is nobody should ever be judged for their sex life. It just is what it is. And I feel like being in the 90s and her being a woman who had sexual partners on screen, I can already feel it. I can already see that there was probably something out there, and there shouldn't have been. Buffy's badass. At the end of the day, she's the one saving the world, so go fuck yourself. Shout out Buffy Summers for being dope. I'm going to do my favorite finale first. I'm sitting here looking at my rankings for this. Brother, I am weird. This is a crazy, crazy ranking list. So here we go. I'm going to give you my finales first, like I said. We're going to start at the bottom to the way top. Coming in 7th and last place, my least favorite finale was season 4 that I entitled Dreamville, which was Dreams of the First Slayer. It was going to be called With Our Powers Combined to make Super Buffy from season 4, episode 21. That was a good episode, but Dreamville is my least favorite. Dreams of the First Slayer. It just wasn't really a finale. They know it wasn't really a finale. They were just trying to do something different. Next is season 6, Words as Weapons. That's Xander saving Willow with his words. Followed by that is season 3, Xavier's Institute for the Young and Gifted. That's the mayor destroying the school. In the middle ground here in 4th place is season 1's Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That's just what the ending reminded me of. The master being thwarted, Buffy dying. Phenomenal first finale. In 3rd place is My Sacrifice. This is Buffy sacrificing herself for the entire world. Beautiful. Beautiful. This could honestly be in 2nd or 1st place. I think the top 3 are completely interchangeable. My Sacrifice, Buffy sacrificing herself to save the world. I already said that. Great. Giles killing Ben. Great. Buffy's dead. What's going to happen next? The last shot of the season's her fucking tombstone. Amazing. In 2nd place is season 2 entitled Goodnight, Sweet Prince. This is Buffy sending Angel to hell. Again, a season ending. She's getting rid of her lover. The man just as they're getting together, he breaks bad and she has to send him to the Netherrealm. And it's crazy because Willow was able to save him. And it's fucked, man. The whole thing's fucked. But my favorite finale, I think the top 3 are interchangeable. It's the finale is the season 7, the series finale. I called it Slayer Power. Buffy breaking the Slayer curse and gifting the power to every potential was so badass. They all get to stand around and fight. They all get to do all of this stuff. Spike has a sacrifice. Buffy saves the world. She can now go live her life. And it's beautiful. The only bad thing I have about it is the fact that Anya's death was so just fucking blown over. That's it. Other than that, man, great. Favorite season. Watch how crazy of a flip this is, right? Least favorite season in 7th place is season 7. Which is if you ain't first, you're last. Because you're the first, it's the final season dealing with the first and Caleb. Didn't check all the boxes. Last 5, 6 episodes, phenomenal. Couple good ones in between. Other than that, just another season. In 6th place is season 6. I entitled The Three Stooges in the Afterlife. I say that because Buffy's resurrection, Warren, Andrew, and Jonathan, a couple deaths here and there. So many like good moments in the season, but compared to the other shows, like the other season, it was all right. In 5th place is season 1, I entitled Hellmouth, which was the vampire mastermind. Perfect. Perfect first season. Great writing. There's just better seasons. In 4th place is season 5. I called it the Elden Key. This is Dawn being the key and Gloria and Ben. Phenomenal start to finish. Gloria and Ben's a great villain. There's moments where it kind of lulls for a bit, but other than that, it's phenomenal. Top 3 here. In 3rd place is season 3. Never put your faith into the government. This is Mayor Wilkins and Faith, and Trick was involved at one point. Great stuff. Great writing. Angel coming back, phenomenal. Season 3, I think, could easily be number 1. I think the top 3 again are interchangeable. In 2nd place is season 4, which is entitled New Leaf. This is college, Spike's chip, new love for everyone, and a new villain. I thought the college season was captivating. I thought it was awesome. Adam is great. He's okay, but he's great. I think all the stuff with Spike is awesome. They just missed the fucking landing on the finale. That's why I think season 3 is actually probably better than season 4. Honestly. I think we're going to make that adjustment right now in real time. Season 4 is now ranked 3rd and season 3 is now ranked 2. I think the best season of the show by a fucking landslide is season 2's Be Not Afraid, which is Angel being the big bad, Spike, Drew, the judge. Everything had to build up, had to pay off. That was peak 90s supernatural television. And I loved everything about season 2. It may not be the highest rated episodes, but goddamn it, I had a blast. And on top of that, I think season 3 could also trump that as well. But those are my favorite seasons from top to bottom now. Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7. Finale rankings from top to bottom is 7, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6, and 4. My in memoriam is going to be absolute dog shit, my friends, because I don't have everybody listed. I'm going to try my best and say rest in peace, in loving memory, in loving piss, however you want to say it, to Jesse. Herbert the Pig, Principal Flutie, Darla, Buffy, the Master. After that, I don't know who died and who didn't. There's a bunch of people that died. I think Willow kind of died for a second there at one point. Buffy dies again. Tara's the big one. Rest in peace, Tara. Rest in peace, Joyce Summers. I don't fucking know, man. Rest in peace, Xander and Anya's relationship. Rest in peace, Xander's eye. Rest in peace, Principal Schneider. Rest in peace, Jenny Calendar. Rest in peace, all the villains. Rest in peace, Spike. Rest in peace, I think Harmony's still alive. Rest in peace, Drew. The first took Drew, but then again, Drew did die at one point to be a vampire. I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that died. Just rest in peace to them. I just forgot every name, and I feel embarrassed, and I hate it. I'm just glad Buffy's alive and kicking. Rest in peace, Kendra. Rest in peace, all the Slayers. Rest in peace, Angel. He technically went to hell. That's all I got. The big one's just is just Joyce and Tara. Rest in peace to those people. My closing thoughts for this, as we're getting close to 50 minutes, is obviously it'll be edited down a lot for YouTube. Is just a phenomenal show, man. I've already been thinking of where it's going to go on my all-time show rankings. It's fucking high. It's up there to the tippy top. Don't know where. You guys won't know until like January when we do the 2025 recaps and stuff. But I get really emotional during finales. 144 episodes came and went. I know my energy is a little low during this, and I do apologize for that. The glare is kind of getting on my nerves. You guys are used to seeing me without glasses, or probably with glasses now more those last few seasons. Just a little bit of eye strain that I think this new monitor gives off a lot of extra blue light compared to the old one. Maybe get some blue light glasses. But I look better without glasses, personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. 144 episodes. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to watch it again with her. It's her all-time favorite show. I can't wait to read some comic books. I hate the way Anya's death was handled. I hope Buffy gets to live her life and she's happy. I wish Anya didn't die. I hope Dawn grows up and finds love. I hope Willow and Kennedy make it happen. I hope Faith and Robin Wood make it happen. There's a lot that I wish, a lot that I hope for. And I feel like we're closing not a chapter of my book. I feel like we're closing my book with finishing Buffy. Nobody gives a shit about Angel. And that's okay. The next show, I think we're starting a new book. I think we're starting it's not a chapter. Like I'm hoping we can move genres and put in more work and put forth a little more effort and get back into posting some stuff and making this something you want to do every day at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am sleepy. My energy is low. Keeping my fucking blood pressure calm. And I love doing this. And if this is the end of the road for supernatural style reactions, I doubt it. There's still stuff I want to watch down the road. But if this is the end for like this run of vampire stuff we've been doing or teenage stuff, I'm cool with it. The channel's definitely not done by a long shot. I just think it's time to write the sequel. Maybe change the intro. Maybe do something a little different. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What I do know is I appreciate your time and effort, especially if you're watching this at the end. I hope you take away some valuable stuff. Text your mom, text your dad, text somebody that you care about. I don't care if it's a parent or a friend. Tell them you love them. I'm still bummed out I didn't get to meet Angel. Girlfriend had appendicitis. We was in the hospital the whole time. I also missed out on meeting the fucking Hardy Boys. That's okay. You can't get refunds for that. David was not cheap, so that sucks watching that money go, but it's fine. We've met Spike. We've met Cordelia. The chances of meeting Sarah Michelle is probably like 1 in a billion. I think that'd be pretty cool. I would love to meet Willow. I think meeting Sir Anthony Head would be probably the most reasonable one that can happen. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a cult classic. This was something I would have owned on VHS, something I'd own on DVD, on Blu-ray, on digital. Like, I'm awestruck by how good that this show was. And I told you guys before, I met Spike before watching the show, and he told me that Zack Snyder, whoever, James Cameron, whoever the fuck it was, said that Buffy was a masterpiece, and he was excited for me to watch it. I'm a lifelong fan. I know my top 2 favorite watch shows is The Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf. Does Buffy go all the way up there? You guys have to wait and find out. I'm out. I'm rambling. Again, 144 episodes available on Patreon if you guys want to watch. Every episode of Angel, we'll be watching that until the end of the year. 1 season left, 22 episodes. That's like 5 weeks. As always, links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist up on screen. Stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.